All right, guys. So listen, this is going to be part one of me breaking down President Bio's interview on Al Jazeera. So, guys, today is November 14th. It's very important. First of all, I must thank President Bio for taking the time to go on Al Jazeera to talk to the people. And because we rarely hear anything from the president. So the people of Sierra Leone are very grateful that at least you are out there, giving you views so we can see where you're at. But what I'm going to be doing, folks, is I'm going to take the time to break down, the interview with the president. And first of all, I'm going to play you guys the question that the guy from Al Jazeera, the moderator, the interviewer at Al Jazeera, asked the president, about the coronavirus. And I want you guys to listen to this, and I'll come right back in.
The president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, talks to Al Jazeera. Julius Maada Bio, president of Sierra Leone, thank you for talking to Al Jazeera. Mr. President, let's start with COVID-19, the pandemic that has shattered lives, rattled economies, and put strains on the health services. We've seen a new pattern, which is basically infections increasing worldwide. Where does your country stand? Are you thinking about putting in place new restrictions?
At the moment, no, because data and science tells us we are getting very little cases at the moment. So we are very much on the watch. We have all the pillars supporting the response system in place, and we are alert. But at the moment, we are not thinking about locking down at all. In fact, as a matter of fact, we have never really locked down as others have done. On two occasions, we had to do a 3-day area-specific lockdowns so that we can pursue certain issues that we really wanted to achieve at the time.
All right, guys. So like I said, that's part one. So you heard the question, and let me get to the answer of what the president told the reporter. Because remember, Al Jazeera reaches millions of people across the world. So it's very important that we, just make sure we fill in the gaps to where, the president is human. So he might not have remembered some of these things. And it's nice that people like us are out here to just remind the president of what some of the things he's talking about. So the president claimed that it never locked down. And there was never a lockdown. And there were only 3-day area-specific lockdowns. Even on the lockdowns, it was area-specific. That's what the president said. So I beg to differ, and not to be disrespectful, but that's a baseless claim because that is not factual. I don't want to say it's a lie, but that is not true, and that was not very truthful of the president, because the reason why I say that is this: right now, as I'm speaking to you guys, the president is actually trying to get through to members of parliament so that they can pass the regulations that governs the state of emergency that we currently have in Sierra Leone. And I must inform Al Jazeera that the president of Sierra Leone, President Julius Maada Bio, Sierra Leone is the only country that actually has a state of emergency just instituted for the sake of coronavirus. So when you say lockdown, I mean, come on now. And we know, of course, the people were locked down. And during those lockdowns, no provision was made for the people. No food was provided. Like, of course, those of us that are in America, the ones that fall within the bracket, income bracket and everything, people get checks from the government. So they were able to take care of what they had to take care of. And the government of Sierra Leone did not do that. They only did it partisanly, of course. And that was after the fact. But the lockdown, a lot of people suffered and everything. So, but I just want you guys to see this and let the president know that maybe that was a misstep. They didn't remember that stuff. But Al Jazeera, I want you to take the president again and ask this question, because maybe sometimes it's, it's a mishap. Just recall and refresh his memory that Sierra Leone is the only country with a state of emergency. So that is why we keep saying the state of emergency is not even legal. Because at this point, we know it's baseless, it's useless. It's very stupid. There's no point in that. The president is only using it as a form of weapon against his people, to keep people like, you're treating kids. That's what it is, because we don't know what he's fearful of. But there shouldn't be no state of emergency in Sierra Leone. And for the fact that the president is ashamed to mention the fact that there's a lockdown and a state of emergency, there's been lockdowns in states of emergency as it is right now at this very moment, it tells us a lot about the character of this president. So Al Jazeera, this is part one of this interview, and I'm going to leave it here, guys. But this is all we wanted to call the attention of the president to. Al Jazeera, I'll be looking forward to an interview with this interviewer. You can ask me the same questions you ask the president, and I can give you divergent views. And of course, it's what Sierra Leoneans are going to tell you. It's the same thing. So share this with Al Jazeera. Let them know, some of the questions needs to be probed again so that we can get down to the facts. But there's a state of emergency in Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone is the only country that has a state of emergency. So when the president says there was never a lockdown, that is not true. Thank you. I'll come with the other sections of this interview as I get the time to do it. And just in case you want to see the whole interview, I have the link at the bottom of my page. Go to my YouTube channel. Guys, that's why I say go to YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. The full video is there, and I'm going to be breaking down over the next few days. But the full video is there. The link is there. Click on the link at the bottom of the explanation. The full link is there, so we can take it from there. Love you all. Mwah. All right. In the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.